Joined now by AJ Montecinos, caddy for Adam Svensson, winners over the weekend at the RSM Classic. Congrats, my man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, Rat.
What was the feeling like for the team when he finished out on Sunday?
Oh, man. Just some indescribable feelings, man. It's been a long time since I've been back in the runner circle, and first time for him, and just very fortunate to be part of it, and just glad to help him get his first win.
Yeah,
Very-
it was such a tightly packed leaderboard all week, and on Sunday, we were out there too, and I looked up and I saw you guys were in the mix, but a lot of holes to play, and it was looking like a great opportunity. How did you help him navigate that back nine and then that scoring stretch at the end? 15-18, just to help him get out on top.
Well, the I think the key for us was on number 10 when he made that putt, and it lipped in the low side, and it had too much speed. So as a caddy, like when that goes in, it's your time. So I knew that we just had to plot our way around smartly. And there's not a lot of scoring holes other than 15 coming home. And so when we didn't birdie 15, I was like, okay, then it's going to be tough to make birdie on 16 and 17. But man, he just played like a flat stud on 16 to 17. Hit great putt on 16. We got a little read from Rogers there. And then 17, that 7-iron he hit on 17 was just money.
Well, you mentioned the putting. I mean, it was a tremendous performance statistically across the board, but the putting really stands out. And one of the caddies I was rooming with last week came home on Saturday, and I overheard him telling someone else they were out with you. You guys shot 62, and he's like, he was hitting it to 15, 20 feet. He made everything he looked at. What stands out about the putting performance last week and then in general, because his putting has really gone to another level this season?
Yeah, I mean, you can credit John Graham a lot with that. Adam is a very hard worker, but John has helped us navigate some of the things that I've seen, some of the things that Adam's seen, and he's helped put it into interpret it for us in a way that we can implement right away. And we went to cross-handed in Vegas, and we were missing quite a few little short ones, and that's made a world of a difference. And then we're having trouble lagging cross-handed, so I had John, come up with a game for us, and so we started implementing that last week in Houston, and man, it's paid dividends already. So I told him when I first got in the bag, I said, we'll win within 6 weeks, and it took us 10. So.
Love it, dude. Love the confidence. Well, it's interesting because Ted Scott last year worked for him maybe the week before this event. And I remember he had some comments because he moved on to take the job with Scotty, but he's just like, this guy's really good. He's going to win here sometime soon. And it's just funny how all the timing on that works out.
Yeah, he's when us caddies get a player, all these guys, any player that plays on the PGA Tour is really, really, really good. Okay, our job is to help make them great. And so, watching them on a daily basis, watching their inefficiencies, where they're deficient, and stepping in at the right time, and having a player being open to listen is huge for us. And that's what kind of helps the caddy and the player get over the hump if they're willing to listen and learn and grow together. And to me, that's what it's all about. It's a beautiful thing when it happens.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned it a little bit earlier. You said, "Oh, it's been a little while since I've been in the winner's circle." You've got a great picture behind you of that epic win with Y.E. Yang at Hazeltine in '09. Took down Tiger. I still call you AJ Team to this day. You had a nice run with Kevin Streelman. And Garrett Johnston, I got to give him a shout out because he's a great golf reporter, and he said he talked to you recently and just about the process of kind of finding that next bag and that you were patient, but you were consciously like choosing to have a good attitude about it, finding that next successful player. I guess describe that process for you and how satisfying it is, now that, back in the winner's circle.
Man, I got to give a lot of love to Tim Tucker. Tim was on his bag, and I was kind of bouncing around. I worked a little bit for Sung Yul No, and Sung Yul didn't have full status. And, I'm like, man, what am I going to do? And talking to Tucker in West Palm, and I was like, man, I just don't know if I have a desire to be out here full time, bouncing around. And he's like, I might have something for you. And so we talked. We talked for about 2 or 3 months prior, because he's like, AJ, he's got his ball marker. He's got other businesses he's doing really well with. And he's like, his mom had an issue and she got put into hospice, and the week of Memorial. And he's like, AJ, will you fill in for me? I didn't have a job. And I said, yeah, I will. So I filled in for him. And Adam and I, we got along. And he's like, all right, let's just see how it goes. And then when you get tired and you want a week off, just call me in. And so we did that for about a month or so. And then he's like, look, man, you can give him the attention that he deserves. I can't. So you have my blessing. I want you to have it. And so talked to his agent, Andy, and it all worked out, man. And it's GIC, bro. It's all it is.
Yeah, exactly. And that's your brand too. I guess just give us a shout out on your brand too.
Yeah, I mean it's a G, two I's, and a backwards C. And there's a hidden cross between the I's, and it stands for God is in control. And the little letters inside of it are just let go. And so the vision is to speak without speaking, man, to show people love without being in their face. It's not about religion. It's just about showing people love, and letting go, and letting God lead, and not being anybody's face about it. So that's kind of how I try to live my life, how I try to do everything in my life. And it's been a blessing so far, man. That's win number 5. So I can't write this script, man.
Well, as you know, lots of good perks when you went out on the PGA Tour, but 2 stand out immensely, right? So 1, going back to Kapalua, that's your going to be the next start, Hawaii to start the year, which is pretty sweet, and then into the Masters again. I guess how excited are you to be in those 2 fields?
Man, extremely, extremely. I been in the Masters 5 years. This will be number 6, and I wasn't comfortable caddying at the Masters until year like 4. So so I'm looking forward to going back there with some knowledge. And every time you step on those grounds, you learn something new as a caddy. But I definitely will go there with more confidence than I've ever had before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Fluid, is just an amazing week. Long walk, but you don't care because it's Maui, so
Yeah.
it's a great feeling, man. It's a true blessing. So love working for the kid, love serving him, and he's just a great kid, and look forward to doing some great things with him.
Nice. Out of all the messages you've received in the last 36 hours, because I know those texts and those phone calls pour in pretty quick. It's kind of cool to see you pick your phone up and all of a sudden you got 200 plus messages. Are there any in particular that stand out?
Uh, you know, Tucker called me and just was, he's elated. He's really elated for me. Because I haven't won since 2015 and just been struggling a little bit, bouncing here and there. I knew it would all work out over time. But as a caddy, you just don't know out here. And so Tim was very, he was very elated, very excited for both of us. And for somebody like that, you know, means a lot to me
Mm-hmm.
because he's been on top, and for him to think highly of me enough to hand the job down and say, hey, I want you to have it, and and be genuinely happy is really something special.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, well, man, it couldn't happen to a better person. I love the story. I'm stoked for you as well, and looking forward to seeing what you and Adam have for us in 2023. Enjoy the off season, AJ.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the time.